little bit, then all of a sudden poof, I can be asleep.
No problem, buddy. Don't worry about it. We have the recording. Everyone say hi, Craig.
Hi, Craig.
Craig.
So, last time you guys were on a boat.
Were we going fast?
Were we? I thought that we'd just gotten to Terra.
I don't remember. I named last episode "I'm on a boat" because I couldn't remember and I didn't have time to listen to it. So you were on a boat for part of it for sure.
Yeah.
Yes, we were.
You arrived in Terra. It was a little bit of a struggle to get into Terra, seeing as you'd never been through that part of Terra before. But once you finally got inside the city, it was desolate, to say the least. Where there were once thousands and thousands of people crowding the streets, even in the small, almost unoccupied parts of the city. Now there was 3. You made your way to Valen's house, where Kirith and Ellie were missing. They were not there waiting for him, as you had hoped. There was a fine layer of dust over everything in the home. Belongings were missing. No note was left. And that's where we're going to pick up. Valen, what would you like to do?
Okay. So, the god said that everyone was meant to be helping somewhere. Like, was it the walls?
Mm-hmm.
So I guess there would be our next stop. And if she's not there, then
is there still the hole on the floor?
No, that hole was reported immediately as you guys left it.
Yeah.
Valen, if you want to head towards the walls, it will take a little bit of time to get there, but your new home is much closer to the walls than your old one was. Your old house was right by the Colosseum, essentially, but now this home is actually almost outside the mountain, very close to where the walls are.
Okay. What do we see when we get there?
I'm gonna look at Valen and say, is there something that your wife would always wear or that your child would always wear? And think of that for me.
Well, my wife has this like choker thing. Like it's like a necklace. I think she wears that a lot, but
all right. So with that, with Valen's description.
Oh, and of course, her wedding ring.
Okay, so with both of those, I'm going to locate object.
Sending stone.
And the sending stone, yeah.
What's the range on locate object?
1,000 feet.
Okay.
If the object is in motion, you know the direction of its movement.
Okay. I'll say, as where you're standing in the house, you do not get a sense of its direction. However, as you begin to pace around a little bit in anticipation and in anxiety of finding Valen's wife, where she could be with Ellie, you start to get the faintest ping of her necklace.
North, south, east, west. Where are we talking?
Kind of northeast, the closest direction of the wall.
What? Okay. Let's
I
go.
just immediately start going that way.
And we're going.
Okay. You all begin making your way to the wall. As you do so, it's about a 10-15 minute walk.
Okay, so concentration up to 10 minutes.
Okay.
Getting closer.
Okay, yeah, getting close. Yeah, it is getting closer. You do sense that it is moving. You get a vague direction, but it's less of a straight path and more kind of traveling across what you'd assume the wall would be. Due to the kind of winding roads of this part of Terra, it takes you about 15 minutes to get there. So about 5 minutes within sight of the wall, your spell dies. As you approach the wall, it is seemingly more and more populated in this area. But not really in a good way. There are tents and shelters and just huge troughs of water with people laying in them and people's hands stuck in the water, healing magic pouring out of it, trying to use the water as a conduit for their magic in some way to heal more people than a normal spell could. It is violent. It is gruesome. Cries and screams echo through this entire area that you are in. And about 5 minutes later, you reach the base of the wall where one of many stairwells leads to the top.
Can I do a quick perception check to see if I see Valen, what's the name of your wife again?
Kira.
Kirith?
Yeah.
All right. Come on, don't fail me now. 24.
Perception check.
If not, I have another plan.
A perception check to see if you recognize Kirith. Is that what you're
Say
saying?
that again? Yeah, I'm looking for Kirith.
24. You guys are at the bottom of the wall. So even looking up the stairwell, that's a narrow stairwell. You can't see anybody. You see vague shapes moving at the top, but it's kind of a dark stairwell, and there's a bunch of light. It's like kind of like looking up a vertical wall.
Okay.
You no way to see it. Anybody at the top. The walls were too tall.
Then let's go up.
Before Harlow goes up, he is going to let out an elephant trumpet.
Okay.
As loud as he can.
Okay. You do so. Heads all around turn towards you. Give me a performance check for that, I guess. See how truly loud it is.
16.
Okay.
What I'm doing is I'm using the wall to travel the sound up.
Yep. Give me 1 second. Hold on.
Rex, one of the things I did learn from Dad is audio sounds and how it panels bounce off sounds. How sound bounces off panels.
Oh my god, Alfie sleeping with his eyes open.
His eyes open?
Yeah.
Oh, Alfie.
I can tell he's
Picture of
asleep
Alfie?
and he's snoring.
Picture of Alfie?
Picture of him? I hope I don't wake him.
Have you guys ever had a fart that like wakes you guys up from your own sleep?
No. Oh man. I made a
No,
noise.
mine just wake up other people.
Oh shit, I forgot about Craig. Hi, Craig.
Hi, Craig.
Craig,
just
what
talking
was
about
your
stuff.
Craig? What was your biggest fart? How loud can you fart, Craig?
We could ask Clyde.
There is your Alfie photo with his fresh
Yay!
trim.
Oh, the floof!
I recently gave him a haircut because he was way too floofy.
That's never possible.
He looked like a pom pom.
Oh,
Bummery.
maybe he was in disguise. Maybe he was disguised self.
I'm just trying to find a. Okay, so I think this picture shows just how fluffy he was.
Oh yeah.
He is just. My fingers are just lost in his fur.
Aw.
He was dreaming earlier too.
Cutie.
He is. He's been
Two
having
cuties
that.
in a photo.
Oh, stop.
Never.
See, he sleeps at a sensible time.
He does. He does. I've been trying to sleep at a certain time.
What's a sensible
I never
time?
do either.
What's a sensible time?
Mm-hmm. Nope, that's not even a possible word.
A sensible time to sleep? Like 10, 11 p.m.?
No, not possible.
No, I'm okay, so.
Like Alfie has a bedtime. He will like come up to me and like paw my leg every night at like 10 p.m. Just like, I'm ready to go upstairs now.
All right, guys. So 1 through 5, which one do you feel like most days?
Is there an option for none?
6.
6.
So Harlow, you let out an elephant trumpet.
Yep.
You do not notice Kirith even with that. From the bottom of the stairwell looking up, no one appears to look their head down that you recognize. The people around you look at you in interest, but their anguish kind of trumps their interest in this creature that most of them have never seen before. Most of them are in pain or crying or sharpening weapons. Their task at hand seems vastly more important to them than you do.
I realized as it didn't work. I'm like, sorry, I sneezed.
It's a dad sneeze.
Who is holding Flames at the moment?
Probably, I think it was Bruce.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
From behind Bruce, you guys all hear Flames go, "Ah, where are we?"
Damn. That's what woke you? You were a heavy sleeper, dude.
I'm pretty sure Bruce tried to punch you.
I'm pretty sure Bruce just dragged him along the ground too.
Yeah, you're pretty cut up there, bud.
Oof. So what? Why are we in Terra?
His wife.
My wife.
Also, Delta wanted to go to the
Okay.
academy.
Mm.
But like with trees and stuff. Like,
Yes.
God damn it.
Yes, trees, issues, finding his wife also important. And now as you look,
Yes.
Delta is just curled up in Harlow's arms. Just asleep.
Ah.
Well, shall we go up the steps?
Sure,
You all
Bruce,
have-
you're carrying me.
Who said carry you?
Bruce can continue carrying me. I don't care.
No, he's dragging you. Not
Oh, right,
carrying you,
dragging.
dragging you.
True.
Up the stairs?
Harlow,
Why not?
Harlow goes, there's enough room, and like offers a piggyback to Flank.
Flainth does not budge from Bruce's back.
So are you like piggybacking, or are you sitting on the shoulder?
No. I'm being dragged. Sorry. Doesn't move from being on the ground.
You really want to be dragged more up the stairs?
You don't know me. Don't judge.
I'm sitting there going, oh, your head's gonna hurt, but okay. And we go up the stairs, just thud, 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 thud.
Okay, you guys make your way up the stairs. Bruce, strength check for me.
You got it.
If you drop Blank down the stairs.
Can I assist him with the strength check?
Nope.
Damn.
Wasn't ready.
He wasn't ready.
That's a 14.
You get about 5 steps up and trip backwards and fall on top of Flames. Flames, you take 1d8 bludgeoning damage as Bruce topples on top of you. Having carried you for so long, he's lost quite a bit of strength. Valen, you make your way up to the top first. And the sight that reaches your eyes is unlike anything you've ever seen before. Having grown up in Terra, you are very familiar with the view from the wall top. It's a public space. People come up here and walk. You know, they do laps as best they can to get their exercise in. You've been up here with your grandpa several times as he got older and older, just to get some exercise and fresh air. You're used to the verdant green landscape that surrounds the city. You're used to watching the wind wave through the wheat fields that are just outside the city, the tall grasses of the plains, the winding roads, sneaking through the mountains, behind hills, across streams. All of that is gone. What lies outside the gates of Terra is desolation. The once verdant green is black and twisted, seemingly burned. Still there, but dark in color, bright splashes of this odd neon green, like the arterial sprays of blood from a severed wound or from a severed limb, just dot the landscape as far as the eye can see. The grass no longer moves. It is drooped and wilted. The streams that you used to be able to see bright and blue are now muddy and dark. There is no life except for the armies that lie at the gates. Creatures of all kinds, monsters, all stained black and green, beat upon the gates, try to climb the walls. You see some people scattered throughout the army, tearing at the walls with their bare hands, trying to climb it, not caring what pain and suffering it actually brings their physical form. In their maddened state, they are ripping themselves to shreds, trying to get into this city.
Oh my god.
About 50 feet away, you see Kirith bent over a wounded child. A young boy in a mail shirt with a too big helm, carrying a shield and a sling. It appears everyone who can, even stand, is manning the walls, fending off these attacks. She pumps a little bit of healing into him, wraps a bandage around his arm for a wound that she could not heal. As he stands back up, loads another rock into his sling and looses it into the army below. Kirith just stands there, head bowed, looking drained. Her hair is out of its typical fashion. Her clothes are muddied and stained, covered in blood that is obviously not her own, much of it dried. She does not notice you.
Do we see Ellie?
Right now, give me a perception check.
Just a second. Very cool, computer. Very cool. Okay. That's a 19.
You do not see Ellie in this crowd. The walls are packed with people. You see spellcasters shooting what spells they can every so often. Down to the army below, you see archers shooting. You see not many fighters. You do not see the legion, like legionnaires. Typically, there's a couple scattered around. Most of them are giving orders to the citizens around them. Really, it's just ranged attacks that are being shot from up here. But you do not see Ellie in this crowd of people attacking the army below.
Okay. At this point, I'll approach Kirith. And just put a gentle hand on her shoulder.
As you approach her, she does not recognize your presence. You see her eyes are shut, tears are streaming down her face. And for the first time in your life together, she flinches from your touch.
It's just me.
Hearing your voice without even looking at you, she collapses into your arms. Her whole body is shaking with tears.
He hugs her tightly and just is like, what happened? Where's our daughter?
We have to defend our home. All of us. The entire city is on the walls, doing what we can to keep them at bay. As she says that, a creature makes its way to the top and jumps onto the defenders waiting for it.
Shit.
It is completely silent. You don't even recognize what kind of creature it is. It seems to be it's got long arms. It's got horns like a deer. It seems to be some twisted mass of animals that you could never that should not go together. But it is completely silent. But its mouth is wide open in an apparent scream as it tries to attack all of these defenders. Its body is riddled with arrows. It is stabbed with spears, and it falls back down on its allies below. All of this in complete silence on its part.
What the fuck are those things?
We don't know. But they're not stopping. Ellie's below. But I'm needed here. Look at the healing tents. She should still be there.
Okay. Look, we can help them, right, guys? We have to.
The best way that we can help them is by restoring the mother trees and stopping the blight.
Pretty sure you just misspoke there because you said destroying the mother trees.
You said restoring the mother trees?
Oh, it sounded like you said destroying. My bad.
Or destroy. I was like, I mean, I guess.
Yeah. Well, either way, it'll stop the blight. End of the world.
Helping end it faster, regardless.
My bad.
So
So, Ian,
Yes.
at this moment, before Valen actually says anything about like helping them, Flainth is over at the edge of the wall and he flings a level 4 fireball down at the mass of everything.
Okay.
but that's good people too, though, right?
No, the mass of the enemies that are down below.
Okay.
Or is that good people?
Yeah, roll to hit.
Fireball isn't a roll to hit. It's
Oh,
they
yeah,
roll a dex save.
It's AoE, sorry. Roll damage for it.
Turn friendly fire off.
She cast it at 4th level, so it is 9d6 on a failed save.
I can't see whatever it is. If it
You're
even
good.
went.
Yeah, it's within range. So it's a 150-foot range. Roll 96 damage.
Can
I'm
I
trying to, but
also
the app
add
is not.
into that?
I can see it. It says 34.
For 96 damage.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
Hey, Ian, can I add into that?
You can add another. You can do another spell.
Sweet. I'm using Call Lightning.
Okay. They rolled a 14 as a dex save. What's your spell save?
For me, 17.
Yeah. Okay, so they failed. So they take 34 damage.
And for me, is a 16.
For you is a 16 for a dex save.
Yep.
Natural 4. Roll your damage for Call Lightning.
So how many creatures are in that?
How many creatures can it affect?
It's any creature within 5 feet of the point.
Okay, so
And I'm choosing the exact spot where that fireball is hitting.
okay. As you do so, as you cast Fireball, a huge burst of flame erupts in a 20-foot radius and causes a patch of scorched earth. Every creature within that section dies, but then is immediately replaced by a mawing a a crazy horde of others. Call Lightning does the same thing. You see lightning course through these creatures. Some of them
And
die.
I
some of them
can
don't.
continue to call it. Because it's a 10 feet tall cylinder with a 60-foot radius.
What's your range on Call Lightning?
120 feet.
Okay, that's just enough. Just so you know. Um, but how long can you Call Lightning for?
As long as I fucking want.
It says concentration up to 10 minutes.
Yes.
Okay. So you can keep it. Can you move it?
Yes, I can move it.
Okay. So if you even as you move it, if you wanted to move it, it just kills hundreds
Yeah,
and hundreds of these creatures.
on
Many
each of your
different
turns
kinds
until the spell ends, you can use the action to call down lightning. In this way, again, targeting the same point or a different one.
Okay. You do so, calling it through different points of this army of creatures, this writhing mass of blighted, sickened things. You see badgers with fangs like a saber-toothed tiger ripping through others trying to get at the wall. You see
It's pretty metal.
people with arms 3 feet long just trying to reach the top of the wall, jumping. These are malformed,
Blighted people.
blighted people. You see things crawling underneath legs of others. You see everything you can imagine. You see the worst things you can imagine. But you call lightning down on all of them, knowing that there is no redemption from this. They are all, in essence, dead.
But they're still coming.
They're still coming.
Okay.
This army
So,
reaches. This mass of people, this creatures, nearly reaches the horizon. And it spreads across the entire wall of Terra in a never-ending loop with millions of bodies trying to kill everyone inside.
So when the concentration of my lightning ends, I am going to do Sleet Storm.
Okay, what does that do?
Until the spell ends, freezing rain and sleet fall in a 20-foot tall cylinder with a 40-foot radius, centered on a point you choose within range. Area is heavily obscured and exposed. Flames in the area are doused. The ground is covered in the area is covered with slick ice, making it difficult terrain. When a creature enters the spell area for the first time or on a turn, character makes a dex save. On a failed save, it falls prone. If a creature is concentrating in the spell's area, the creature must make a con save against the spell.
Okay. You do your sleet storm, and again, it's down there. It is causing some small amount of pain, maybe suffering to these creatures, but some of them are dying. Others are ignoring it. As you and Flainth are casting these spells, you just see a legionnaire walk up to you. Save your spells. Centurion's orders. Limit the usage. We can't burn through everything we have just yet.
Harlow looks at him and goes, okay. Bring as many sick that you can to me in a safe spot.
They're in the healing tents.
Bring as many as you can, and I head to the healing tents.
Okay.
What about the rest of us? Like, I'm a fighter first, and
The legions are at the gates as our
Okay.
last resort.
um,
Pray to join them.
I'm also a bard.
I'll play them Wonderwall.
um,
Put them to sleep.
I doubt singing them a lullaby.
Unless you can heal Bard. Your songs have no use here just yet.
Inspiration.
Well, before I go and join the others at the gates, I'm going to find my daughter.
He looks at you and says, "You misunderstand. If you join them at the gate, we are all doomed.
Why is
Because
that?
when that gate opens, they will flood the city, overwhelm us all, and the world will be over."
But it already opened for us.
The rear gate is inaccessible.
As a
The gate that you guys entered from was a hidden gate and was essentially a long bridge over open space in a valley in the mountains that went to a very, very small door. The legions are occupying the main gate of the city in an attempt to potentially delay this blighted army should they break through.
So, how else can we help then?
Heal if you can. Pray to the gods if you don't.
Let's say we might be still better off just going to the mother tree, because
Yeah, the best way is to get to the mother trees. That's
Yeah.
correct.
even at that point, our healing is only going to be able to do so much.
That's true.
Pell's gonna follow Harlow to the healing tents,
Okay.
or chase after.
Mm-hmm.
Is that where they said that Ellie was?
Yes, that's where Kira said Ellie was, in the healing tents.
Okay. Valen's gonna go with them.
Okay.
But not before hugs Kirith one more time and tells her to stay safe and be strong.
Before Harlow left, did Kirith look injured?
Not from what you could see, no.
Okay.
She flinches less this time. But there's still a little bit of hesitation there. She hugs you, says, "Give Ellie a hug for me. I haven't seen her in a little bit."
I will.
Tell her I'm proud. Harlow, you make your way down to the healing tents. There are many of them. It
What's
appears
the big? Harlow goes to the biggest one.
Okay. These are a Legion issue. They are all the same size. They are very much. It appears that buildings have been demolished to make room for these lines of tents. And
Harlow looks at the person in charge and goes, "I'm a healer. Bring everyone to me as much as you can. There's not time."
the critical cases are over here. Follow me. And another Legionnaire. This time in slightly different armor. More kind of symbolic seeming armor. It's leather, but it's very flexible. This is definitely a legate, someone higher up in the Legion who trains healers. You would assume in this case.
Okay.
Leads you to a line of tents slightly separated from the rest, where there are screams continuously echoing from them.
So, in this, where like I'm in the room where the screams are happening.
There are 4 tents from which more screams are echoing than from the rest of them.
Okay. So and Harlow is led to the one with like the most of the like screaming, right?
Yeah, there are 4 tents. They are all in a block. And when I say tents, I mean there are no sides to them.
Gotcha.
It's kind of just a roof, so you can see into all of them.
So Harlow is first going to summon his spirit totem of the unicorn,
Okay.
which is a 60-foot aura radius.
Okay.
And then is casting Aura of Vitality.
All right. Tell me what that does.
Healing energy radiates from you in an aura within 30-foot radius until the spell ends. The aura moves with you, centered on you. You can use a bonus action to cause one creature in the aura, including you, to regain 2d6 hit points.
How long does it last?
1 minute.
Okay.
And with the unicorn spirit, each person in the aura, every time I cast a healing spell or use a healing spell, gains or heals to the level of my druid level, which is 5. So they get an extra 5 each creature.
Okay. So
And I do not have to work with them in that moment or touch them. It's just any creature of my choice regains those hit points.
so you can roll up to 20. You can roll. I mean, it depends on how long you want to stay there. You can roll 20d6. I'll say you can position yourself. It's a 30-foot radius.
30-foot radius, and then the unicorn is a 60-foot radius.
Okay. So,
So it's like 2 radius on top of each other.
yeah, 2 radii. Let me see this.
Also, do you like our artwork?
Can't even see it.
It's a good job.
And it's a good thing.
I was trying to ask everybody which one they felt like today.
Okay. So you can essentially you can do two of the tents you can fit within a 30-foot radius.
Mm-hmm.
And also I would assume you're gonna want to do that for 30 seconds
Yes.
and move to the other one, move to get the other two for
Yep.
30 seconds. Okay. So roll first the I believe it's going to be 10d6.
Okay. Okay, so that one is 28.
Okay, so the first 2 tenths, all of them regain 28 hit points. The stream is begin to subside.
And then each creature in that also gains an extra 5.
Yep.
So would you count that as, 33 total? Or
That would be 33 total, yes. Because you use one spell. It's one
Right.
spell slot. Now roll the other 10d6 for the other 2 tenths.
The other 10d6?
Yep. Because it's 2d6.
Correct. Damn.
So 25
Jeez, you
for
roll
them.
more once?
Holy
No,
shit.
I don't have an ability.
So 25 to them.
Yep.
Again, the streams begin to subside a little bit. The legate who's with you nods in approval, says thank you. Unfortunately, they'll need more than that.
You see at this point Harlow is panting because he hasn't done this heavy of spells back to back to back.
It is a lot. It takes a lot of energy out of you.
And he's like, just to get them sleep for at least one night. And then I just go, where's Ellie?
The legate gestures towards those tents. You see as amongst the rest of these medics and healers, you see a small figure rushing around carrying buckets, carrying bandages, running out to a nearby pot of boiling water over a fire, tossing dirty, stained pieces of cloth in, running back, bringing a bucket of water with her.
Does
Constantly
Valen
moving.
see her first, or does Harlow?
Harlow sees her first because you're the one who asked. You're also more focused on this area, having healed them. As your spell finishes, the legate thanks you, and several of the other healers look towards you and smile, stopping their work for a moment. As they stop moving, Ellie bumps into one of them, spilling the water all over the ground, and looks up and notices you, Valen. She screams, "Dad!" and runs, crashing into you. It's more of a symbolic hug than anything else, as you are in full plate armor. But that physical touch means nothing. It's all about the emotion that goes into it.
He crouches down and just hugs her, like, so tight, but obviously not so tight that the plate armor is sticking into her.
Right. It's a symbolic hug. You're wearing full plate armor.
Mm.
You don't want to hurt her. But
Harlow goes over, heats metal. No, kidding. Kidding.
Hey.
She is shaking, just like Kirith was. Her hair is also out of its normal braid. It is dirty and tangled. You look up, her eyes are red, her face is paler than it ever has been before. She has a large scar now, crossing most of her face.
What happened?
I was helping on the wall. We all have to help on the wall.
Ellie.
But now I'm down here, helping others, like Mom does. This is where I'm meant to be.
I saw your mom. She says
She's
she's
still
proud
up
of
there?
you. Yes. I'm proud
She
of you
just
too.
takes a deep breath and closes her eyes. Like she was waiting to hear bad news and has not yet heard it, and is so happy that it's not coming from you.
Ellie. I wish I could take you with us, but
I wouldn't go.
I know.
This is where I'm supposed to be. She stands up, helps you stand
Stubborn
up
like
from
your
your
dad.
crouched position, and walks over to you, Harlow.
I look at her and just, hey, bug.
She pulls your hand to get you to kneel down.
I immediately kneel down.
Standing kind of in between your tusks, she looks at you, puts both hands on the side of your head, and pulls it down and kisses you on the forehead. And says, "Thank you.
I
You've
pick
helped."
I pick her up like I've done before with my trunk and just like lift her in the air quickly.
There's a little bit of a giggle, but not much. Ellie is what, Valen, like 10 years old?
Yeah.
But she now is the playfulness has left her a little bit. The playfulness of every 10-year-old who's gonna laugh when an 8-foot-tall elephant picks them up and twirls them around with their trunk. That silliness is gone. It is significantly more serious in her affect and emotion. She hugs you hard.
Is there a way that I can quickly teach Ellie a spell?
What spell did you tell her?
I want to try to teach her Shield of Faith. And all this is like in this moment when Harlow has her on like the trunk and like tusks, is like Harlow is like telling her to like
give me a religion check, and an arcana check. The arcana is to see if you can teach it to her, and the religion is to see if your love and cooperation of the mother tree is going to help at all.
Yes to the second one.
I was going to say,
yes to that one.
Mother Tree loves him.
All
We
right.
know that.
John, I was going to add your two scores together. The DC is the DC for it was 35.
Ah!
Ellie now knows Shield of Faith.
And I'm just
yeah.
saying, like, I'm like, use this when you need. Protect yourself, protect your mother. And like, Harlow does not allow nicknames, but he is allowed Ellie to have a nickname for him, which is Unk.
Does Carlo agree with that?
Carlo was never there, but Carlo does now, because Carlo goes, we're saving this little girl.
Does he?
So at this point, this is when you tell Ellie to call you Unk. Because
like,
we've never said that in the past, so we're going to say right now is a part where you're telling Ellie to tell you that.
So I'm saying, keep yourself safe. Keep your mother safe. We will be here for you. Your dad is here, and your uncle's got you. This one.
You put her down on the ground after spinning her with your trunk and teaching her this spell. She again looks up at you, gives your hand a squeeze.
As she comes back down, she has a flower crown.
Perfect. The flower crown that she has kind of melts into her hair, which is what is the mother tree granting her guidance and teaching Ellie that spell. Val and Ellie walks back over to you and gives you another hug. After you watch that essentially crown of flowers melt into her hair, there is a sweet smell that accompanies her. Rosy, floral, refreshing and beautiful. The mother's tree blessing is on your daughter.
All right, my friends. I got to head out for the night, okay?
Okay.
Bye, John. I'll put the recording
Right.
up on YouTube.
Rack
So you
Carlo
can
is all
see
yours.
He grabs her shoulders gently and looks her in the eyes and says, I am so proud of you.
She has a little smile on her face. And she just looks at you and says, and I'm not done yet.
That's my girl.
Little hand, her very small little hand on your cheek. One finger tracing the line of your now blue tattoos. And she turns and walks back into the tent, carrying a roll of bandages, a bucket of water, and immediately turns to a table with a man screaming in pain. Limbs, one leg ripped off,
Ooh.
and begins to bandage his wounds. And you hear her tell him, it's going to be okay. I'm here for you.
My heart, my soul. Okay. Well, at least I know they're okay now. For now.
We must get to the mother tree as quickly as we can.
Took the words right out of my mouth.
As
we
you
gonna
say that, Valen, you see a sight that you thought you would never see before your eyes. You've seen people being carted off the wall since you arrived here. There are stretcher bearers. There are people being lowered down by a makeshift elevator. But from behind you, you hear, move! And you are gently knocked aside by a very familiar person running, carrying a stretcher with their partner towards the tent with Ellie in it. Ellie, we've got you another one. This one's bad. I'm sorry, dear. Do your best. Ellie just nods and goes over to this new victim, this new patient of hers. Wipes away the tears falling from their face. And you see Cineas Rakther put down a stretcher, grab a cup of water, and run back up to the top.
Shit. Even him. Never thought I'd see the day.
Yeah, things must be really bad.
Mm.
Gives you no notice. Doesn't even look at you.
Priorities.
Can Pell
God.
make a perception check?
Absolutely.
It's times like these that I wish Sirius Rex.
What'd you say, Meg?
I said it's times like this that I wish Sirius Rex that was the worst of my problem.
How was your perception check?
19. Pell is, I guess, kind of looking at his wrists to see if there's any markings from the forgery. Trying to see if he got in trouble.
No, not at all. Around you, you actually see stretcher bearers who have X's on their hands. You see medics with hive tattoos and X's on their hands working side by side with men and women in fine gowns and robes, or what were once fine gowns and robes that are now torn and stained and bloodied as they bandage wounds, feed people, cook, sharpen weapons, make arrows. The social climate has changed significantly. No one cares about any kind of past crime when the apocalypse seems to loom outside the gates. Another legionnaire walks up to you. Why are you standing here? Do you know what must be done? Man the gates, man the walls. We're in danger. Everyone must help.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and with that, Pell's going to go to, I suppose, once again the most heavily wounded people, and get them into groups, and he's going to cast a mass healing word on a bunch of them.
Okay. What's the range for mass healing word?
Yeah. Hold on a second.
You're good, you're good.
Yeah, trackpad is not. $60.
Okay. So 6 creatures. What yeah, so up to 6 creatures. So roll the 1d4.
Yeah, it gave me a 5, so
Okay.
I guess I heal 5 to each of them.
5, yeah, so that's a bonus action. So 5, that's a 3rd level spell. Blah, blah, blah. Oh. So yeah, so then you heal 5 to each of them.
Yeah, and Pell's going to do that 2 times. So
All
2
those-
times 6, that'll be 12 people.
Mhm. And you can cast again to see what you. Another 5. Jeez.
And then Pal's also going to use prayers of healing.
Okay.
Which takes 10 minutes per cast. It does more.
Okay, so roll. Yeah, you can roll that. As well. And are you targeting the same 6 creatures each time, or is it different 6 each time?
I'm going to find the most wounded. It's probably different creatures each time.
Okay.
Save the dying.
Mm-hmm. As you do that with a mass healing words, you are walking by tents and just heal the 6 creatures in 2 different tents. This one of the healers sees you do this and pulls you aside as you're about to cast Prayer of Healing. They lead you over to one of the large tanks of water that you see with just lines of people in it. It is about 60 feet long, 100 feet long, and it has 20, 30 people in it, just crammed together. And they
Yeah.
ask you to cast your spell in the water.
Okay, yeah, Pal agrees.
It takes you again. It takes you 10 minutes, and that water begins to glow with your healing magic. It appears that there's something else in the water that is assisting, that is kind of magnifying your magical effect. Those not 6 people, but those 30 people all receive those 9 points of healing from your prayer of healing.
And Pal can do that 3 times.
You go to 3 30 people in each one. Nearly 100 people you heal, but at least temporarily back into the fight.
No. Yeah, and after that, Pal is. Well, no. Pal can also do healing words, so you'll
Okay.
find, I guess, another 4 people and do that.
By the time you
Not sure that
complete
that'll
that,
AOE very well.
by the time you've completed that, this field of tents, it seems to be a little less populated than it was once before. There are still people here. There are still people being brought in, but it is reduced, and you see several of the healers who look very drained are finally able to sit down and catch a break. They look at you very appreciatively.
Yeah, Pal nods.
So, were the options that Valen could do again?
The Legionnaire at the top of the wall told you that there was the legions themselves were stocked up at the gates.
Mm.
In terms of helping people, it's really whatever. If there's something you'd like to do that you think Valen would do, that's completely up to you.
Oh, why don't you do a concert for the troops?
Do you think that would help?
Well, is there a
Bruce
song of
raises his
valor or
hand.
something?
Bruce raises his hand and says, "If we just leave, we can go, complete our mission, which will help them more than what we're doing now.
Yeah. Well,
This is putting a Band-Aid over a gaping wound. It helps, but really the best thing we can do is get out of their way and finish our mission as fast as possible."
you're right.
Flaith just begins to walk to the entrance that we came in through to the city. And as he passes like different wounded people, he's casting cure wounds on each person that he sees at different levels and utilizing all of his spell slots that he can to just heal people as he's walking and continually making his way to the way that we came in. Or at least the way he thinks that we came in, considering he was still asleep when we entered.
Well, we know where the entrance was, so okay. I think that's our cue
Bruce
to
is like,
go.
make sure Flank is going the right way, but otherwise, do what he's doing and make for the exit.
Mm-hmm.
Best thing we can do for them.
Vaughn just like goes up to Flank and slightly turns him. So he's going in the right direction.
Perfect.
He takes like 3 steps in the direction that you've pointed him and then turns back in the original direction.
No. No. It's just this. It's this way, dude.
Bruce comes up to Flank, grabs him by the back of his collar, and just starts dragging him towards the exit.
Oh, if it works.
Bruce, did you say you were also healing people on your way out of town?
Yes.
Valen can also do that, but only 4 times.
Okay. So all of you use the spell slots that you can, or the healing abilities that you can, to heal people on your way out. There's less and less people, of course, as you make your way out. Valen, you heal the last one. Just some kind of body that seems to be laying on the ground, barely breathing at this point, but you managed to bring them back just a little bit. And they look at you with a very grateful look in their eyes.
I'm sorry I couldn't do more.
We are doing the best we can to get them back up, but like I said, best thing we can do is stop the attack from happening at all.
And that's what we're going to do.
Mm-hmm.
You all make your way back towards the gate. Not really a gate. It's a door. It's a large, basically block of stone hidden in the wall. You make your way back. You are allowed back through. The path is before you. Back to your boat.
Well, wait, weren't we going in the direction of... Or did we just... Oh, okay. Yeah, never mind. I'm looking at the little line that we drew on the map. We are going in the direction of one of the trees. Never mind. Carry on. As you were.
Flaith starts to walk back towards Tara.
Flint,
You said as you were.
no. No, just keep going in the other direction. Back to the boat.
I don't even know where the boat is.
still
Well,
being
just
dragged.
follow us.
But there was a shiny thing back there that you guys
Fine.
stopped me from picking up.
Flint,
All right.
thank you.
He's definitely pouting as you all walk.
I can live with it.
Takes you just
I'm
a
a dirty
little bit of time
bag.
to get back to your boat. More of a boat than a ship. But you make your way back.
Yeah, as we're walking back, Flint speaks up and is like, "So, why did we want to stop at Terra again?"
Uh. Well, it was partly to check on my family, but I'm pretty sure that Delta wanted to do something, but
Yeah, that's right.
she's
That's
asleep.
fair.
So, and we have more pressing matters. I'm sure she'll.
Well, not to mention, I don't think that she'd be doing very much studying anyway
No.
with everybody at the walls.
No, but she could stop in the academy and grab a book or two.
Yeah, that's true. Maybe I'll give her that book of ritual magic.
Good idea.
Anyways, so to the tree.
To the tree.
You all approach your ship and you get back on. It doesn't appear to have been touched. And you set sail. It is
Did Ian step away?
very late afternoon at this point. You can get a couple hours of sailing in before you would need to take a rest. Can somebody roll me a d20 to see how that very short bit of travel goes?
Yep. Ooh.
What'd you get, Meg?
I got a 13.
Okay. The sky is a little dark and cloudy, and it does rain, but it is not. It does not impede your travel.
Very nice.
Only for about 2 hours are you able to make any progress. It is then time. It's nighttime.
Well, how's about that lullaby that I didn't sing in Terra? If I don't laugh, I will cry.
That's okay. We can cry together.
I've never seen anything like that.
Sorry, last.
No, that
For a second.
that was disturbing to see for sure.
It's far worse than then I.
But now we know exactly what it is that we are fighting for. What we're fighting against.
I don't ever want to see my wife or daughter like ever again. And we're going to make damn sure that I don't. That's the last thing I do.
I'm right there with you. Something about you have my sword or whatever.
And do you have my sword? And Bruce's sword.
And Bruce's
At this
sword.
point, Delta wakes up just a little bit.
Like, nobody touches Bruce's sword, so.
At this point, Delta wakes up just a little bit and plays in my arm and falls right back asleep.
What?
Her arm.
Classic Delta.
So, have we been keeping watch at night on the boat?
The last couple of nights we've sailed overnight with them taking shifts.
Mm.
Correct. Pell was able to sail through it.
Well,
Right.
I'm happy to stay up. I don't think I could sleep right now anyway.
I think I'll be back up.
Okay.
Okay, Valen, you're taking first watch. Roll a perception check for me. You have night vision?
I do think
I believe
so.
everybody here does.
Okay, just double checking. It's been
Except
a lot.
maybe
You
Bruce.
guys really don't ever set watches. So I don't know who has dark vision or not.
Well, now's a great time to start.
Mm-hmm.
Better late than never. Oh dear. Fuck. That's a nat 1. For a total of 6.
Listen.
Okay.
Do you have inspiration?
No.
Okay. Yeah. So you take first watch, and it is stellar. You are wide awake the entire time. But you don't need to be because nothing happened.
Cool.
The boat is definitely moving in the right direction. There are no enemies
Sure
watching
hope
you.
so.
See, this is the
And
shit that Ian says that I catch that make me kind of concerned.
I think we have every right to be.
Don't be sad, get glad. Everything is fine. No one's dead yet.
Thank you, voice from the sky.
I can live with that.
I don't like
Yeah,
the
it's
yet
enough for me.
on the end of that.
I can live with yet. We
Valen,
can
your
do a
watch
lot with yet.
is over. Who's taking the second watch?
That would be
Right.
Flames.
Flames, you're up.
Perception, buddy.
That is a dirty 19.
Stark contrast.
Please tell me the ship isn't on fire.
Maybe Valen
Please
just
tell me
drove
someone's
in reverse
sailing the
overnight.
ship.
You don't know. That could be the critical fail.
You do, with a 19, you do notice the ship is sailing well. It is, you are going in the right direction. But you're moving a little bit slower than you should have been. No one lifted the anchor all the way. And one of the sails down a bit. So after fixing that, you do manage to pick up a little bit of speed and catch up to where you're supposed to be.
Yeah, Pel was tired.
Mm-hmm.
Don't
But
blame
there are
him.
no enemies at this time that you see eyeing the ship or in the sky or in the water.
Okay. I feel a little bit better, but not much.
Who's taking the third shift?
Flainth is just going to go and immediately wake up Bruce and tell him, hey, get up there.
Perfect. Bruce is going to do it then. How screwed is Bruce?
Roll a perception check for me, Bruce.
Hey, it's at least a 13. I can live with that.
Okay. You also notice nothing going wrong. It is a fairly quiet night. You are sticking relatively close to the shoreline. There is some light here and there, but really it is mountainous. It is a large mountain range that is on this western coast of Ascalon. There's really not much there. Basically, beach and mountains.
Beaches and mountains.
One last shift for watch. Who's going to take that?
I think Harlow will take that one, but I don't have access
I
to
don't know.
Harlow.
Hopefully, Harlow do that. That was not good.
I'll have Harlow. I'll get Harlow to roll it, I think. If I can.
But I mean, it's perception, so it's. I think he has like what, a plus 13 perception or something stupid.
Something like that.
He can see real good. He can see pretty good.
What did he roll?
Dirty 19. So a 7.
Oh.
You rolled a 7. Plus 12.
Dying.
The only thing that Harlow sees is the sun beginning to, or a bit of light approach coming over the mountains.
God,
The sun begins
everyone knows you're not meant to look directly at the sun.
Not Harlow.
I really don't think he was actually looking directly at the sun.
He is now.
We'll
Make
say
a
that
note.
Carlo is like.
Which of you takes notes? Anybody?
I try to take notes.
Okay, make a note for the next 24 hours. Harlow rolls with disadvantage
Just
on all perception or sight.
scorched retinas.
Anything with sight. Disadvantage because he looked right at the sun as it crested over the night. Your first day of travel, your first full day of travel, is now beginning. You know it's going to take another 2 days to get to the next mother tree. Who wants to roll for your next day of travel?
Pal will.
I will. Oh,
Go
we'll
ahead,
Pal.
roll.
So just reading this back to you for the next 24 hours. Low roll any sight at disadvantage.
Is that just a normal D20?
It's a d20, yeah.
John, I'm sorry.
Roll a d8 for me, please.
Who's rolling a d8?
Pal.
8.
This next day of travel, there is a strong wind whipping off the mountains. It appears to have crested over their peaks, gathered strength on its way over and down, and is attempting to blow out towards open sea to your wet off the starboard side. It takes all the skill you have. Pel, as you steer the ship, you're going to gain 1 level of exhaustion. That will carry on till tomorrow. Your rest will not.
Okay.
Night approaches as you manage to successfully not lose any time, be blown absolutely out into the middle of nowhere into uncharted territory. Who's going to take the first watch?
I can go again.
Valen,
Same rotation, I guess.
It's
perception check.
mine.
Also, roll me a d20. Roll me a straight d20 roll and your perception check.
Okay. Perception first, simply because I'm already there. That's a 13, and the d20. That's a 19.
You keep thinking you hear or see shadows in the night, but it appears that it's just clouds blowing across the bright moon.
Huh. That's
Your
suspicious.
ends without anything happening. Who's next?
That's weird.
That would be Flames.
Right, Flame. Perception.
Sorry.
Perception first, you said?
Just perception.
That's a 14.
Okay. And nothing seems to happen. Watch. You think you thought you heard wings flapping in the wind, but it must have been the sails.
Mm,
It was a fish.
yes. Because fish so often sound like birds.
It was a flying fish.
You don't know that.
Oh, yeah.
Upon waking Bruce for his shift, Flaith does let him know that he thought he heard wings, but he's not sure.
So who's next?
Bruce.
Blues.
Bruce got an 8.
Oh no. Oh
Boo-boos.
no. Boo-boos.
Bawoos. You see something in the water.
Wait, Bruce sees something in the water?
You see something in the water.
Bruce tries to steer the ship to go hit it.
Oh no.
Okay.
We find out it's a rock. The hard.
Roll, yeah. Okay.
Titanic 2 electric.
Don't give him ideas, Meg.
Yeah, that's going to be.
Oh no.
I mean, you're steering in to hit it, so it's going to happen no matter what. There's no save or anything for you. I need you to roll 3d10 damage for me.
Oh no. Oh
For the
no.
ship.
I'm the equivalent of that kid that reminds the teacher that got
17.
homework.
Is this going to be 3d10 damage to the ship or to the whatever's in the water?
17.
Okay. The creature that you are hitting is going to take 17 damage.
Yes.
As is the ship, because that creature was just a little crayfish on the big ass rock that you see sticking out of the water.
There's the
I'm
crayfish.
sorry.
So we have meat for the stew.
No,
Like
it is.
meat's back on the menu, boys.
It is completely crushed. It is. Yeah, it is gone. It was a crayfish. You hit it with a floatable boat that is 24 feet long, 8 feet wide, and 6 feet deep. It is quite large.
How much damage does a rock take?
None.
It's a rock.
I'm a rock.
Oh no.
So I assume
There is
that
no-
woke the entire boat, Ian.
Yeah. Hmm?
I assume that woke everybody up.
It does wake everyone up. There is a hole in the side of your ship now.
There's a hole in my ship.
Water is
Okay,
not
guys, we gotta fix this, or else we gotta walk the rest of the way.
It is slowly entering the ship as you speak.
Hey, what the fuck was that?
Where the
Rock.
hole in the ship is, would you say that it is underwater?
It will be soon.
But I mean, is it currently like inside the ship? God damn it, pal.
It will be soon.
Okay, Ian, how many mends
I'm
does that
losing
gonna
it
take?
tonight.
What was that, pal?
I said, how many mendings will that take?
Well, mending can only fix something that's like 1 foot, 1 foot by in diameter. And you can't like stack it. So
How big is this hole?
it's like 2 feet. It's big. You hit a rock.
Is it a circle?
It's a jagged circle.
Oh, okay.
You do have.
Yeah,
I'll
the
see
boat
what
does
you have
have
whether you
some.
can attempt to repair with.
Flint
So
starts.
one of you
Flint
can try to start to repair the boat.
Flint is starting to attempt to repair.
Ooh.
A dexterity sleight of hand check for me.
Pell will assist and direct.
Okay, with advantage.
Do you think my tinkering?
Yeah, absolutely.
Hell yeah.
A 13.
Bruce yells
So-
down there. I'm assuming he can. Is the crayfish still there?
What crayfish?
On the rock.
Priorities.
So Bruce
Valen
saw a
just
crayfish on a
claw.
rock and decided to just hit it.
Bruce was hungry. He was going for a midnight snack.
So
I think
I'm
it's back
gonna
there. You might want to go dive for it.
tinker.
So yeah, 13 on my sleight of hand.
That's a 14 with my
That was with
tinker.
advantage.
That was with advantage.
Okay. It's a messy repair. There's still a small amount of water trickling in that you'll have to keep an eye on. But you may need to somewhat block the
Sounds like Bruce has got a new job.
Anyone got duct tape?
Pell tells Bruce, "You get to you're on bucket duty."
Bucket duty.
Bruce, every 2 hours you have to do buckets during the day. And the night.
That's perfect.
Okay.
Oh dear. Make it to this tree in one piece, it'll be a miracle.
There is another, I believe it's one more watch left or two more watches left.
Alright. I guess we've got an order, so.
I think Carla got the last one last time.
Yeah.
Should we roll
So-
Harlow?
Mhm.
That I can do. If it will load. Okay.
Hey, maybe the wings that we're hearing is that dragon that we met the one time.
God, I
Um,
fucking no hope not.
Or it's
Harlow
Dragon
rolls a
Balls.
23 perception.
Fucking bull.
During Harlow's 4-hour watch, he wakes up Bruce twice to take up the water. But notices nothing on his watch. Valen, you'll get the last watch.
Swag. 14.
And you also see nothing on your watch. You wake up Bruce twice to get water.
Poor Bruce.
Bruce, bucket time.
Bruce, you wake up in the morning. You are exhausted.
So much bucket time.
So much bucket time.
Think I can live with this.
Mm-hmm. You will have disadvantage on all ability checks.
Oh, okay.
Roll.
Row Raggy.
I'm assuming that's until we take a long rest.
Yes, that is until you take a long rest.
Got it.
You have one more day of travel before reaching the area where the next mother tree is. Flames. Did you roll the last one?
I was
No,
rolling
that was-
perception. But yeah, no, I didn't.
Perception, or did you roll for the last day of travel?
I don't think I did.
No.
Yesterday, the last day, Pell did.
Last
Doesn't
day,
do it
Pell.
again, but he is exhausted as well.
17.
Alrighty. A very easy day of travel. In fact, you make time with a headwind from behind you. And you arrive still late afternoon to where you believe your where the mountain is with the entrance to the mother tree, the petrified mother tree is.
Also,
Once
while
the
we're traveling
ship
during that day,
stops. Okay.
sorry, while we're traveling during that day, Flint is also periodically going down to the hole and like casting mending where he can to try to fill the holes. That way Bruce doesn't have to every 2 hours empty buckets.
Okay.
And I was gonna, Bell's gonna fix that when we stopped,
Okay.
or try to shore it up and make it better anyway.
Mm-hmm. Make a sleight of hand or tinkering check, Pell, once you guys arrive.
What kind of check?
A sleight of hand or tinkering.
Okay. That's a 13.
Okay. He has to short up a little bit more. It's every 4 hours that he needs to get the water now. Unfortunately, the mending does not do too much. Flint as it was already shorn up, and the hole is too large to fully be mended.
Mm.
Slightly less bucket time.
Are we able to, once we get off the boat, fold it back up so it doesn't sink?
Yes. You can
Perfect.
speak the command word to fold it back up. It becomes a box.
Okay. Plus, do
Basically
we
like
see
8
our
by
original
12.
ship here? Sorry.
You're fine. You're fine. Is this where you left it?
I believe so.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, it was with the pirates, right?
No,
I
we ended up
believe-
taking the main boat down to where the pirates were, and then taking the main boat from the pirates to Flint's castle. But we've been to Flint's castle, and
See, I
nobody
don't
remembered
remember.
that
I
that's
thought we
where it
left it up
was.
here.
But how would we have gotten to the pirates?
No, I thought we did the pirates after, before that.
I don't
I
believe
believe
so.
you guys took care of the pirates and then went to this mother tree.
Maybe.
Yeah, that's what I
don't.
thought. We left the boat here.
Yeah, that's what I thought we did.
Yeah.
Did you guys set an anchor? Roll a d20 for me to see if you set an anchor.
Oh boy, I sure hope we did.
I mean, if we had got out, then
Yeah, guys, I think we did, guys.
Yeah.
The anchor was definitely set.
Mm-hmm. It was set real good.
Both anchors were set.
Both
Good
anchors
God.
were set.
who's gonna set? Who needs the perception check to see if the boat is here?
No one, it's right there.
About to say Bruce could probably fail that right now if he tried really hard.
Floating up, or as you pull up to it, you notice a rope ladder hanging down. You climb the ladder. Pell says the command word. The folding boat folds back up, popping the piece of wood used to repair it off. But it is into a box that is about like 8 inches by 12 inches. Only weighs 4 pounds.
Perfect.
And
Into the
you
bag of
have
holding it
your-
goes.
Again. And it goes back into the bag of holding.
I think that's about how much else it weighs.
Yeah, probably about how much all of you is.
Now, the most important question: we go up on the old ship, and we gotta see if Kevin is still here.
Well, if we
Please.
left any food, we wouldn't be there anymore.
Please be gone. Please be gone. Please be gone. Please be gone.
Even Flame,
Yeah,
you
Kevin.
walk around. Flame, throw perception.
Oh God! Please no.
17.
You barely notice as a shadowy form drops from the mast and nearly tackles you. A fluffy ball of feathers.
God
Oh, neck.
damn it.
This goddamn bird.
And a rather
Just-
pointed beak pecks at you, smelling you, knowing that you are, in fact,
Its
person
mother.
of the world. You look different, but you smell the same. And with that,
Yep.
we're going to end the session with Kevin as always.
Fuck's sake.
Still a better love story than Twilight.
You're damn right.
Well, I mean, yeah.
Whew, what a
Take it with you
session.
guys.
Thank you.
Sorry about all the delays.
Great.
Don't worry about it. I am now gonna go and stare at my eyelids.
Amen.
Yes.
You're
Staring
gonna
at the
go
abyss.
study the
and
inside of your eyelids?
Huh?
So you're gonna